Hello, I'm TC.
And I'm JJ.
And I'm Toy Story.
And this is the Geek Beat, presented by the Long Island Comic Guys. Well, welcome back, everyone. We have another fun and exciting pack of news for you guys. But before we get into that, please make sure you're hitting that subscribe button, dinging that little bell so you get your notifications. Give us a thumbs up in the comment section. Thumbs up and leave the note in the comment section. Blah, blah, blah. But now I'm going to turn it over to our reigning geek on the street, Mr. Story.
Mr. Story. Thank you, Mr. TC. All right, so today we're going to start with some upbeat news, especially interesting to our 90s kids like myself. So Blue's Clues, the beloved show from our childhood, is celebrating its 25th anniversary, which is insane. And in honor of that, they brought back in all three hosts, Steve, Joe, and the current host, Josh, for a special thank you music video for all the fans throughout the years.
Yeah, I watched this. It was pretty funny. I haven't seen that first guy in years. It's crazy how old he is. I mean, I
started to age a little bit out of it just as Joe came on, the guy in the purple.
Okay. Yeah, I have no memory of this guy at all. I know the current guy. The current guy's name is Josh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've seen him once or twice. I don't remember seeing this other guy at all.
Yeah.
And I don't know any of them. But I did watch that little video that the guy in the green, what's his name?
Steve.
Yeah.
It was cute. I mean, it was, if it was heartfelt. Like it was not knowing anything about Blue's Clues and this guy, it was cute.
Mm-hmm.
It was nice.
They sent a bunch of it was current kids who watch and then adults who watch. They sent in pictures with them watching it or with some type of merchandise growing up. That was pretty cool. So that was a nice little thing. I mean, it's crazy that something like that is still on, but
I know
good stuff. Good vibes.
Very good vibes. All right, should we?
All right, now we're gonna turn it right around.
We're turning it right around by talking about a little company called CGC yet again. So CGC just announced, I think, their 18th or 19th signing this week. Robert Downey Jr. will be signing for CGC, only for the signatures, only $750, guys. You
that's
get a
just for the signature.
Yeah.
Is he worth that much?
I mean, I don't really know how to answer that. To me, no. To all of us, probably.
Someone
no.
probably.
I mean, there's going to be plenty of people. So the other part is that he will also write Tony Stark or Iron Man, only those two things, for an additional $410. So $1,160 to get a signature with Iron Man or Tony Stark.
See, and wow, that's so he's going to sign his name, Robert Downey Jr., and then Tony Stark underneath that.
Tony Stark underneath that, or Iron Man. Only one of those. You can't be both, one or the other, and that will cost you $1,160.
That is atrocious.
Or you can cheap out and just pay $750 for the autograph.
Your books from March are still there.
See, and that's what I do on my Star Wars poster. I always ask the guy, whoever signed it, to put their character name underneath. It was never a problem. I've never paid extra for that, and they've always obliged to do that. I think the
thing for this is that he's gonna have to stop, because I mean he's just gonna be conveyor belting it, and that's another thing too. These books are getting thrown around, so chances for 9/8 are gonna be dicey. So if you have a pristine book, it's he's gonna be signing.
And that's the other problem. See, when you do stuff like this and you're getting thousands of things to sign, you're not getting a good signature. It's going to be a scribble, and who the hell knows who it is? I mean, I've seen some really it's like a zero, and they move on, and you're paying $800, $750 for. You're not even getting his full name. You're not going to get Robert Downey Jr. Absolutely not.
I don't even know what his signature looks like, to be honest with you, but. I mean, I agree. I'm sure you're not going to get a really clean signature.
If I'm paying that much money
too, he's not going to write out that.
No.
There's no way.
It's for that much money. It's wow.
I mean, on his end, granted, all the proceeds are going to charity. So technically, he's not taking in any money for this. I can almost guarantee you that is not the case for CGC.
Nope.
I don't know for a fact. I didn't read into it. but I can almost guarantee you that they are going to be making a killing on this. And again, like you said earlier, Toy Story, the worst part of this is that they still have books from March. I have books that were sent in like October, November of last year. So it's almost a year now. It's almost a year. I'm still waiting on one book.
That's freaking madness.
And shame on CGC on that, because he's not, Robert Downey Jr. is not the only one that they've got signings scheduled for it. I mean, I've seen Chris Pratt. I mean, I've seen all these other Marvel characters, and they're doing the same thing. So you're never going to get your books back.
No, it's just a money grab. And like at the end of the day, that's my thing that really bugs me the most about them. They don't care. Like they have this they're just all those books that you submitted, you already paid for those. Like all that stuff that you sent in, they don't care. That's money in the bank to them already. So they're just looking for ways to bring in more and more cash.
And they can take as long as they want.
Yeah, I mean they don't care. They feel like they
got their money. They got their money.
Matter, yeah. Like we can do whatever I want. Like you want to send it to CBCS? Good luck. Nobody's gonna buy it. Nobody's gonna pay as much to buy it.
And something else you've said, TC. Who knows even if you're getting your book back.
I'm getting really nervous now. Like I sent it through our comic shop, Best Comics.
What do you have there?
It's so old that like they don't even have like the invoice for it anymore.
Oh my god!
It's gone, like shuffled back. I was like, if I don't get this book back, I'm gonna be really mad. It's like a Marvel Age like 38 or whatever. It's the one with like He-Man like flexing on it, and it's super hard to get a 9.8 on that. And like I have like a serious contender. If it comes back like a 9.0, I may just go to Florida and burn down their factory.
Not true at
all.
No,
not true. I'm just kidding. I'm not. You can use this as evidence. It's fine.
Ridiculous.
All right, more positive news.
More positive news. More movie delays, guys. So Ghostbusters Afterlife has been delayed 1 week and will now come out on November 19th. Top Gun Maverick has been moved to May 27th, and Mission Impossible has been moved to September 30th of next year.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Why move Ghostbusters a week? That makes no sense.
Yeah, well, it depends on what's coming out that week. Is there something else coming out that week? That's a big movie. I don't know.
Yeah.
November 19th? I have no idea. I didn't check.
Eternals? When's that coming out?
Oh, it's possible.
Around then, yeah.
It's possible. Yeah. Well, oh well. I mean, I'm still not going to go to theaters to see it, unfortunately. Okay.
Yeah, so delays all around.
Is Eternals? Eternals is probably going to video to movies only, right?
Yeah, I think because Shang-Chi was movies only.
Yeah.
So.
But I think isn't Shang-Chi? I know we're going to talk about that later, but isn't that coming out soon on Streaming Plus on Disney Plus?
I didn't hear that yet.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I didn't hear that yet.
Move on.
All right, moving on. We now have a poster for Peacemaker starring John Cena.
I love this poster. This is a cool looking poster. I wasn't too keen. Like, everybody had problems with the movie, and I think. Oh,
I love the movie, and I love him, and I can't wait for this damn show.
And I think because of the movie, you're gonna get a big push of people looking forward to this show.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I hope it's the same exact rawness of the movie, of like how he acted in the movie.
Oh, it's definitely going to be, because that's why they're doing it on HBO Max, so they can pretty much do it however they want.
So I'm assuming we're going to get violence.
I'm assuming we're going to get a trailer at DC Fandom per this ad too.
Yeah, it's got to be what this means.
Yeah,
I hope so. That's cool.
Hell yeah.
I like the piss might maker. Like it's a great poster. Like this would be a poster I'd love to get him to sign.
I know.
He'll
charge you $400 to write his name.
One of our good buddies on Instagram, Harris Family Hobbies. He's a huge John Cena fan. He actually just got an outfit of this. He had it specially made to cosplay as him. He's like a big, he's like a wrestler too. So
oh, that's great.
I told him that John Cena's hitting up all the Reed Pop shows this year. He goes, I know, I really may have to go to the Chicago one. It's pretty cool. So he's going to be out there.
Awesome.
Cool.
All right, next up, a little news for you, JJ. So we got our first look at Jason Momoa in his new stealth suit from Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom.
Oh, what happened? There it is.
There
it is. There it is. Up, come back.
Come back.
Come back. Where are you? There it is.
There it is. Look at that. JJ, what do you think?
I kind of like it. It's his stealth suit is what they're calling it. Mm-hmm. It looks pretty cool.
Where is he going? Into the deep sea?
Who the heck knows? But this film, I'm a little more excited about this. Unfortunately, we're getting the Amber Heard back as Mara in this movie. A lot of people are not happy about that. I can care less because I'm not watching it for her.
Yeah.
She just happens to be in it. Whatever. I'm
They're
excited.
both liars. I'm not team anybody.
Yeah, I don't care. Just
anarchist.
Just give me a good Aquaman.
Man, we did that Beaver Vendetta book club, and you went off the deep end.
Oh man, I love that guy now. I got to find out where he lives. I might move in with him. What's his name? It's not
Alan
Neil
Moore.
Gaiman. Alan Moore. Yeah, Alan Moore's my boy now.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we're getting the guy Black Manta guy. We're getting Patrick Wilson back as King Orm.
Yeah, did you see the picture of him? He looks like homeless. I didn't even realize that was him at first.
Yep, there he is.
Wow, that's oh my God.
So this is basically, I guess, where he's still in jail, underground, under the ocean. And this is the director, James Wan. So he tweeted this out this past week. But yeah, he kind of looks like, Tom Hanks from, what is that movie?
Castaway. Yeah. It's funny. I think there was like a Mara mini series that came out not too long ago, maybe a year or two ago, maybe a little bit longer, where he moves in with some family and becomes domesticated guy. It's actually really awesome. I wonder if they'll go that route with him. It was pretty interesting to see his character kind of behave that way.
That's pretty cool.
Man, look at that beard.
Yeah. Is it real? You think? Probably not.
Probably not.
That's quite a beard to grow.
He definitely worked out for this, I would think, right? I mean, I'm excited for this. And then we've got our first. I didn't realize this, but we've got our first. I guess he might be there. He's rumored to be the incoming villain for this, but the guy from Game of Thrones.
I love that guy.
Pilu Astrobek, something like that.
Yeah, that's definitely how you pronounce it.
Yeah, it's not. Definitely not. I butcher every single name. So, but he is
I have no idea how to pronounce that.
he's rumored to be the villain in this in the Aquaman. So I'm excited because I loved him in Game of Thrones.
I'm confused now because they had both villains that I've ever heard of for Aquaman already in the first movie. So who could he be at this point?
I don't know.
Is there a King? No, not King Shark. What's the other guy? I think the other guy is a Marvel villain, right? Like the Tiger Shark guy or whatever.
Yep, Tiger Shark, because I got his first appearance.
He's a Marvel villain, right?
He is. Yep.
Yeah. So.
Yep. I don't know. It's.
I'm sure they'll dig deep for one. I'm super excited to see more of Black Manta though. He was definitely the coolest part of that movie.
Yeah, I'm excited about it because he looked great in the first movie, and I can only imagine what they're going to do with him.
I might go out on a limb here, but probably so far my favorite villain from the DC universe.
Yeah, same.
I'll give you that. Absolutely. And the guy who played him was fantastic.
Yeah, oh, so good.
How do you say Yada Abu?
I need to see it. I didn't even.
Yeah.
I need to show all of us just pronouncing names we don't know.
Yeah.
Right.
We could probably do a compilation if we knew how to do something like that.
Just don't let me pronounce them.
No, that's the goal. We would like to.
But so this is supposed to the new Aquaman comes in December of 2022 is what is projected.
So we still got about a year.
We got a year.
Cool.
All
right, moving on. Black Panther 2. The music work has begun with returning Oscar winner Ludwig Göransson.
This guy, I love this guy.
I don't know if I pronounced that right, but I think it sounded correct. So
it felt right.
Yeah.
So this is the guy that also did the soundtrack to The Mandalorian.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, if you guys, I ended up buying that album, and I love listening to that soundtrack. And apparently,
I watched the behind the scenes they did, the making of, and there was a whole episode dedicated to his process. It was fascinating, how he went through coming up with the sounds.
I gotta watch that.
That was season 1, I think, right?
Oh, sorry, that was season 1. Yep. And then apparently he did the soundtrack to the first Black Manta, which I didn't know. Not Black Manta, Black Panther.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
So I don't know, but I'm excited because I like his sound. He's got an interesting sound.
No, he definitely has I guess whatever the ear is for it.
And so he won the Academy Award in 2018 for the original score of Black Panther, and he won the Emmy for music compilation on The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well deserved. Those were both fantastic.
Yeah. Nice. All right. Next up, No Time to Die is finally coming out 18 months after it was supposed to.
Did you guys watch the trailer to this?
No, no.
I don't know if I watched the most recent one. I watched a bunch before when it was supposed to come out.
It looks amazing. Like I'm
excited for this.
It took a while for him to grow on me as a 007. From the trailer, he looks amazing. I mean, he's not my top. I don't know.
I haven't seen the last one yet. What was the last one? Spectre?
That would have been.
I believe so.
Yep.
Yeah. I think I've seen all the ones he's done except for that one. I
didn't like that one. That was not my favorite out of his.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one looks good though.
Out of all these James Bonds, I mean, who's your favorite? Have you guys watched them all?
Yeah,
I haven't watched all. I've seen the Sean Connery ones. I've seen the what's his face ones, Pierce Brosnan ones.
I've seen all. I think I've seen at least one movie with everyone in it, except for I don't think I've seen the George Lazenby one.
That's her Majesty's Secret Service.
Yeah,
that was the one.
I mean, 100% Sean Connery. Like nobody's cooler than Sean.
I know he's really good though. I like him a lot.
You know, my only problem with him is I feel like they tried to make it too much like James Bourne. Or like the Bourne
Jason Bourne
or whatever, because he was like he was trying to be too physical and rough and tumble, and like there was certain aspects of that, but like you lost like up until like the last movie, like you didn't really get as much as like the cool cars and the gadgets and like the suaveness. He was just very like brutal. He was more like a rough and tumble James Bond, and that was like my only issue with him. I like the movies, like he just doesn't have like that Bond vibe.
I gotta tell you,
who are you talking about? Daniel Craig.
Daniel Craig.
I gotta tell you, in Casino Royale, that entire card game scene though,
that was great. I mean, that's probably
that scene is. Oh my god, it's so good.
That's probably my favorite one, and I really liked. And again, I like all the movies. Like it's just. It's a lot of times when I watch those, I forget I'm watching a James Bond movie.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this is like a really good movie, but like it doesn't feel like, and I get like a lot of that was over the top back then. I mean, like, I wasn't really a big Roger Moore fan. Like I know people were. Like I thought he was okay. I mean, my second favorite's definitely Pierce Brosnan. Pierce Brosnan was supposed to be James Bond before that other guy who was in the 80s. He did like
Timothy Dalton.
But he couldn't get out of it. He was in this like Remington Steele show, which is basically he was playing like a version of James Bond.
Right.
It was like James Bond under a different name, but he couldn't get out of like his contract for that show. So like he had to wait until like 5 or whenever it was. Oh man, we could have called you GoldenEye instead of Toy Story. I think that came out.
That's true. That's 85 too.
Yeah, I wasn't a big Timothy Dalton. I didn't think he was a really good Bond character.
Yeah, no, he was a weaker one.
Pierce was great, especially when he was with Halle Berry. I mean, that chemistry.
All those were so good. He carried those because some of those stories were pretty terrible, and he like carried it on his like charisma. I'd say Connery, Brosnan. And then Roger Moore, probably.
I'll give you that. Absolutely.
I gotta watch Roger Moore ones. I haven't seen any.
I mean, those are actually pretty fun, though. Like, the concepts for them are fun. It's just, I don't know. He's good, but he's not Sean Connery good.
Right.
I mean, Sean Connery, when I was growing up in the 90s, to just go off track for a second, I was like, I was all about like elderly men actors back then. You had Sean Connery, you had like Jack Nicholson, Morgan Freeman. Those are probably my 3 favorite actors from like the 80s and 90s. Like the senior citizens ruled the world back then in the 80s and 90s. So good. I love them.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Nice. I'm excited to watch it finally.
I gotta watch the first one. So when's this one come out? November?
November.
Yep. October 8th.
I got some time.
Yeah. All right, so Lego Star Wars Terrifying Tales.
I'm sorry. There you go. Damn it, I didn't have that up.
Oh, yeah, that would have been
there
good.
You go. That would have been good to have. I screwed that one up.
That's funny.
There we go.
All right, so Lego Star Wars Terrifying Tales. We got a trailer for this.
Again, did you guys watch this one?
Mm-hmm.
It was cute.
October 1st, Disney Plus.
I'm actually a little excited for this. I haven't watched any of the little. I know. Didn't they have Tess? You said your daughter watched the last one.
There was like a Christmas one they did, a holiday
Christmas. One. See, I didn't see that one. But this looks cute.
She liked it. I mean, it was like a one and done thing. I don't think we watched it more than one. Maybe we watched it like back to back, and then that was it.
But yeah, this looks cute. I mean, you got some big names in there. I picked up Christian Slater voice, and it looks cute.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited for it.
Awesome. Next
I'll
up,
definitely watch that for sure.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Ah,
The Dungeons and Dragons movie has apparently wrapped filming.
that is not a picture from Dungeons and Dragons, so just letting you guys know.
That's a video game, right?
What?
No, the background you're taking from?
Yeah. Well, half of it is, I think. The other half is Chris.
I don't know what that's from. That's definitely used to be on the back of a comic book because I remember I drew that dragon.
Yeah,
it's probably a video game cover.
A class project once.
That's funny.
So
I traced it, but I drew it.
All right. This looks a little exciting. So this is another movie. I mean, this would be the third Dungeons and Dragons movie we've had. I forget the other name of the other
Probably
two.
the first that anyone's ever heard of.
Maybe. But I didn't know about this until recently. So this is a big cast. You got Chris Pine, who's in this. Michelle Rodriguez. She's from the Fast and Furious movies.
Mm-hmm.
Justice Smith. I think is that the Will Smith's kid.
Mm-hmm.
Is it
Justice Smith?
I thought it was Jaden. Does he have another kid called Justin?
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay. Reg Jean Page. I'm not sure who that is. What I do know is that whoever that person is, the only thing that was put out about that person, Reg Jean Page, that person's going to play a paladin in the movie. Hugh Grant out of nowhere. Where'd that come from?
Interesting.
Hugh Grant is supposed to be the villain, and I got his villain name. His villain name is Forge Fletcher, is the name of his character in the movie. But he is supposed to be the villain. And then we've got who else we got?
Other people who we don't really know.
Sophia Lillis. They got her. She dropped her name. She's supposed to play somebody called Doric. So we're slowly getting a little bit of info on this. Not much. There's no screenshots. There's not a lot of info out there. Chris Pine was paid $11.5 million for this movie.
I mean, that's a pretty big number for something like this. This has to have a big budget. I'm still not convinced it's like a joke movie until I see some type of trailer about it. But if they make this like wonky comedy, I'm out.
For a movie that's just finished wrapped, I thought maybe we'd have more info on it.
No, they usually hold back that stuff for a while. I mean, we didn't get anything for Spider-Man for forever too. So when's this supposed to come out? 2023? Yeah,
2023.
I don't think we're going to hear anything until probably sometime next year. Like anything definitive at least.
Yeah, I agree.
It's exciting.
I'm excited. It's going to be good. Hopefully.
I'm hoping it's good. I hope they don't make like a farce out of it.
I know. All right, moving on. More movie news in the sci-fi world. Dune's first reactions are breaking across the internet, and it's getting really good reactions for what we've seen so far, I guess.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're calling it an all-time great sci-fi flick. So.
Oh wait, this is out next month?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh shoot! I thought it was December. That's why I was like, I'm not getting excited yet.
No. And I think they said the same thing when the first Dune came out. Like it was supposed to have been like this greatest sci-fi movie ever. I mean, it was good, long but I mean,
There's
see.
a fascinating documentary on the first one, like the true vision of it. Like they wouldn't have had enough money to make what this guy actually wanted to do.
Really?
It's still like a Star Wars thing in '77 where he didn't have enough money to make what he wanted to see.
Yeah,
on the screen.
Okay.
I mean, this looks awesome though from the trailers. I don't think I saw them. Have they put out another one recently?
Not recent, no.
Yeah. I mean,
you guys haven't read the book, right?
Like, there's so many amazing people in it.
I'm not touching that book. Yeah, the cast is unbelievable. Like, I mean, we got Barista, we got Batista.
Barista. I love that.
I don't think he's making coffee in it, but he might.
He might.
Oscar Isaacs, Timothy. What's this guy's name? Mulafont?
Jason Momoa?
Yeah.
No, this guy's name? The kid, Timothy.
Chalamet.
Charlemagne.
Yeah.
Zendaya's in it. I mean, this is a ton of
Stellan
people.
Skarsgård.
Yeah.
It's gonna be good.
I mean, I've got high expectations for this. That's always a dangerous thing to do, but
I know.
I'm putting it out there.
Do we have a runtime on this? Because I know the first movie was long.
It's like 3 days long, right?
Yeah, the first one is.
June 1, 36 hours.
Do we know what this one is? Have we heard?
I'd imagine it's at least 2.5.
Just as long?
2 hours 35.
Is it?
Ugh.
Is it 2:35?
2:35. Yep.
Wow, what a guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everything's
But it's on HBO
2:35
Max, so we could watch it like a TV show if we really wanted to.
True.
now.
I mean,
And then it'll feel shorter.
we did
Right.
watch 4 hours of the Justice League, so I mean, we can do this.
Yes, seriously.
Yeah, that's true. We did do that.
Yeah, I'm pumped.
All
Awesome.
right.
And
All right,
Dial
next up.
looked great at the screening.
Who did?
Zendaya.
Zendaya.
I said she looked great at the screening. I saw like the International Film Festival, like
at Venice, right?
they had the what do they call it? The red carpet.
Oh,
Yeah.
she wearing that like brown dress?
Yeah, it was like really
Yeah.
long.
Okay, yeah, she did look beautiful.
Nice. I'm pumped.
All right.
Alrighty, Samuel L. Jackson has started filming on Secret Invasion for Disney Plus.
Yes, he has.
Go ahead. No,
Okay.
you go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, like, I actually really enjoyed the storyline. I'm not gonna go back and revisit it because
It's worth
Every
reading for
time
the
I've
first
done
time
that,
because I haven't read it.
it's never panned out well.
What do you mean by that? Like, because he just like Matt just asked, like, should he read it? Because should we read it? Is it worth reading?
Oh, you haven't read it? I would definitely read it if you haven't read it.
Haven't read it.
I mean, I read it. So the first time I read it, I really liked it. It was like a follow-up. So after like Secret War, what was it? It wasn't Secret Wars. What was Civil War? They went into like Dark Reign, where like all the villains took over and like the heroes were scattered, and then like it comes back. Like the next storyline after they take down the villains is a secret invasion, and like some of the characters have been Skrulls the whole time. And the problem is there wasn't like a bunch of good Skrulls running around at that time. So this thing where there's kind of like these good guys into the mix kind of twisted up a little bit, but we'll see what happens. It's supposed to like, so the problem is the person who plays Spider-Woman is in this, and she plays a very big character in this Secret Invasion thing. And I don't think they're going to put her in this because she's a Sony property, which is a shame. But
Yeah.
I have a very strong feeling that Emilia Clarke's character is going to be playing who Scarlet Spider-Woman is supposed to be. Like they're
Interesting.
whatever replacement character they're using for her.
All right. So now that you said that, so there were two other actors.
Yeah, Emilia Clarke and then Christopher McDonald, who I have no idea who he could be.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little
I mean,
strange.
a multitude of people, really.
I'm a little shocked that he's in this. It's not like a type of movie that where I would see him in this.
I mean, he kind of has a similar vibe to like the other guy who played a Skrull in Captain Marvel. Like he has like a kind of similar like serious humor side to him. So I think he's actually probably a really good fit for Marvel, in my opinion. He really kind of blends well with their style.
Yep.
So he can literally be anyone.
And then we got
Emilia Clarke. I think she's gonna be the Skrull Queen.
Mhm.
Is who she winds up being. I don't know how. So I'm gonna ruin the story for you, but Spider-Woman is the Skrull Queen. So she's like orchestrating all this stuff in the background, and they wind up taking her down. And like at the end of the story, like all these characters like get off like this ship who've been like kept captive during the Secret Wars, and there's like a ton of people who are like secretly Skrulls that you find out like later on. It's pretty interesting. I mean, it's still a pretty good read. I would check it out if you're not reading anything right now.
Yeah, I'm not. I should.
Yeah.
I am reading. The only thing I'm reading right now is Turtle stuff at the recommendation of City Limits Comics.
Nice.
That's it, though.
Read
So maybe
your
I'll check this out. What?
I said read your comics.
That's literally where I got it from. When I saw that, I was like, "Oh, the books looks cool. I'll read that."
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. All right, so moving on to a little bit of more Marvel news. So Zachary Levi has apparently expressed interest in playing Reed Richards in the Fantastic Four film. He is not John Krasinski, so I don't approve.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'll give you like he has a little bit of that look, but he's just like too much of a goofball.
Yep.
Yeah, which is not bad, but that's like his thing.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
And
it's
don't fit that
fine.
role,
Like
I
it
feel
fits like Shazam. It works great. I think he's a good Shazam. I just like I don't see him like it wouldn't do justice to his character, like his ability to go that serious. Like I would rather if like they're gonna do that, just let him be Johnny Storm. He'd be a better Johnny Storm than a Reed Richards.
Yeah.
But he's probably a little bit too old for that.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's not Krasinski. Like at this point, if it's not Krasinski and the wife, I'm going to be disappointed. So I mean, any name they throw out there, I'm just being like, okay, that sucks.
And I didn't realize that he was already in part of the Marvel Universe world. I mean, he played one of the Brothers 3.
Yeah.
And in Ragnarok, and apparently he was casted.
I would never have been able to tell that's him.
Right, neither did I. But apparently, in the very beginning, he was actually cast from the very beginning for this role. But he had a schedule conflict when he had that the show called Chuck.
Yeah.
So then they got this guy Josh Dallas to fill in for this role, and then when they were doing Ragnarok, Josh Dallas apparently couldn't do it because he was doing that show Once Upon a Time on the TV.
I think Josh Dallas was better as Fandral anyway.
So yeah, I wouldn't. I did not. I thought it was the same guy.
Yeah.
Because you can tell. Yeah, you can't really tell the difference.
No, I knew it was different. It was just weird. I didn't realize it was him at first.
Yeah. So we'll see. I don't know.
Awesome. It's got to be Krasinski. I'm going to be really mad if it's not.
I agree with you.
Nice. All right, Venom, Let There Be Carnage has a new official release date. I feel like we just talked about this last week, but it's October 1st as of today.
I actually finally saw it, the first one.
Oh, really?
Me and my
let's
wife
talk about
watched it.
that. What'd you think?
It was okay. It was a solid 6.5.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
I expected a 3, so I was very happy.
Yeah, so it was a good movie to have low expectations for.
Yeah.
I mean, he's great in it. Tom Hardy's fantastic in it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm noticing more and more? I can't understand a fucking thing that Tom Hardy says. I was like, I almost was like, hey, do you want me to put the subtitles on? If you do. I was like, what is he saying?
That's funny.
I understood him better as Venom than I did when he was Eddie Brock. I was like, just talk more as Venom.
Did your wife like it?
She's like, it was okay. Yeah. So
I thought Venom was pretty funny, like the character.
Yeah, no, it was definitely enjoyable. It was
right.
It was solidly enjoyable. Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah, so this is finally coming out. It has a release date. They might move it again in the next 3 days. We don't know.
Yeah. I'm excited. I want to check it out. I mean, I think the rumor going around is, after the box office, for Shang-Chi, everyone thinks like, oh, well, we can do it too now.
Yeah,
I think Venom and, a Marvel movie is two different animals, but we'll see.
Yep. And shall we use that as our segue into Shang-Chi?
Let's do that. Yep.
Awesome. So, JJ, you haven't seen it yet, right?
I haven't seen it, but go ahead.
You can take off your headphones like I do.
Yeah.
Should I?
I mean, if you don't want it to be ruined, we are going to talk. So, spoiler alert, maybe stop here now because this is going to be our last thing that we do if you haven't seen it yet.
I'll wave like this when we're done.
All right. Go ahead.
So, it had a huge opening weekend. It was over 90 million, I believe, in the first 4 days it was out.
Which for COVID times is high.
What's that?
Which for COVID times is high.
Yeah, but it also, I think, just standardly broke the Labor Day weekend box office, right? Because apparently it was previously held by like Halloween or something, Rob Zombie's Halloween or something I saw. And it apparently broke that. So that's pretty impressive. I guess like Labor Day is not generally a big movie weekend, but it did well. How do you want to start talking about this review though?
All right, what'd you think of it? Because this is like a standalone origin story movie in Marvel, which we haven't had in a little bit. So what'd you think of it as?
It is crazy that we haven't got something like that. It was kind of refreshing.
Taken out of the context of everything. What did you think of it as a movie?
I thought it was definitely enjoyable. I love, like, I grew up in like the 80s and 90s was a very big martial arts era. So like it's been like we haven't had any opportunity to see like a big martial arts thing in a long time. So like seeing that and like going back into the world and the fighting. I mean, the bus scene by far, like, I mean, you get to see almost the whole thing in like the trailer, but it's incredible. Like whoever choreographed that, the moves. I mean, this guy knows karate too. You can tell that he knows the moves. I mean, the stuff he's doing. He's fantastic as the character. He's got a good balance between like serious and funny. I mean, he's the perfect person to walk into one of these roles because he can play in like both worlds, where he can be serious and then he can, turn it to comedy pretty quickly, which is kind of what you need to be really a Marvel superhero or an Avenger, as they're saying he is now. I think it's people who are very big fans of the character in the comic book, it does step away from that because he doesn't have like this mystic power. He's like kind of a street level guy. He's just very adept at kung fu. So, they're bringing in like a mysticism level for him so he can kind of reach that next level. I think they're kind of trying to make him a combination of this character and Iron Fist, in my opinion. I meant to do this and I forgot, but I think Tao Lung, isn't that where Iron Fist is from? I could be mistaken. So. It just sounds the same. I didn't do my research on that. People can call me out if I was wrong, but it seemed like the same place. I mean, like the dragon thing, has a very similar, like the dragon's heart, is where the power comes from.
Yep.
So it was definitely, taking a little bit of liberties with the character. Aquafina was fantastic.
She's so funny in everything she does.
Yeah, she was really good. She was funny. Other people were good too. So the person who steals the show for me, and I'm going to tell you, I'm going to go into my grade before we go any further. I was thinking about this all day today. I was pretty much at an 8, and one person in this movie got me up to an 8.5.
Oh, who?
And it's freaking Sir Ben Kingsley. His portrayal is freaking.
It is good, yeah.
Trevor is just fantastic, and I knew this was going to happen too because they just put that short on Disney Plus a few weeks ago. I was like, he's definitely in Shang-Chi for that if they did this. But I mean, I know he's like an Academy Award winning actor for like playing Mahatma Gandhi, but this might be his best original performance that I've ever seen. He's just fantastic as it. I mean, he's definitely the wild card, kind of secretly steals the show.
Yeah, it was amazing.
But the martial arts, I mean, it was funny too because our buddy Jeff, who we went to the movie with, he has like, an Asian American background. He goes, it was cool. He goes, because a lot of that stuff, a lot of like the family dynamics and stuff like that, he's like, you totally get that and it translates well, which is great that it's actually authentic. I mean, like, I don't come from that world. So I when it was over, I was like, so how does it shape up? I really wanted to know. And he goes, honestly, like, I felt it. It felt like, finally, like, aimed at like my culture. I was like, and I think that's great. I mean, I think there's so many people from all different cultures that are already into these. By you going the extra mile and throwing it, like bringing a character specifically from that culture, I mean, it's just going to open up this world even more, which is, I think, fantastic. But,
yeah, for sure.
My one like negative is I feel like the end, although it was cool, like you have the big battle between the dragon and whatever, the Demigorgon, whatever the hell they called that thing, and like the dad, it seemed to kind of a little bit of a, I don't know, like a throwaway.
Like big monster fight is like a typical thing that you do at the end of the movie.
Went like from like a martial arts movie to a Godzilla movie, like out of nowhere. Which I mean,
I thought that what they did was done really well. Like it looked really cool, but the choice of doing that,
I agree. It did look cool. It just didn't seem like it fit.
Yeah.
So
it might have fit better in a different
movie. You had like already an amazing fight scene. You had that scene outside where they kind of fought on like the roof, the side of the building, which was cool. So it would have been tough to put like another like martial arts scene. And then who does he fight at that point? Like the scene with the dad, it seemed like it wasn't enough and they wanted to raise him to that next level. So, all right, I can go on and like, I don't want to ruin it too much for people and want to bring JJ back in at some point. But
you hit the nail on the head though. And I think I agree. 8.5 is
8.5. All right. So good. We're in the same neighborhood.
Yeah, totally. It was a fantastic movie. Very enjoyable. Great origin story for an on-screen. I feel like a lot of the origin stories they run the risk of being too compressed because they're trying to fit in too much backstory, But I thought this handled it really well.
It did feel that way just a little bit. I felt like they did the best they could with it, with also telling
like
this
flashbacks and stuff.
I think the mom was hot too. I was like, oof. I was like, we got to get more. But that's good. 8.5 for both of us. Definitely go see it. I think he's going to be a great addition to the Avengers, and I can't wait to see what happens with the sister. And the best thing is like I want to know where the rings are from.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's going to be the next part. I guarantee you, the Eternals ties into that somehow.
Yeah.
All right, I'm back.
Beautiful.
All right, yeah. So luckily they killed Aquaman in it.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Oh, JJ, you came back. Oh, shoot. All right. Well, that's it for me. You guys got
Yeah.
anything?
That's it.
Nothing at all,
Good
man.
stuff.
All right. Well, you guys know the normal jive. Make sure you hit us up on Instagram at LI Comic Guys and at Don't Feed the Geeks podcast if you want to interact with us there. Again, if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button, notification button. That's the little bell. Go bing. And then you can also give us a nice thumbs up and, reach out to us in the comments. Everybody who does, we try to get back to you as soon as we possibly can. But that's the Geek Beat for the week. I'm TC.
I'm JJ.
And I'm Toy Story.
And thanks for getting geeky with us.